Hi friends, and welcome back to Growing Mothers. Today I'm going to share 7 things I wish someone told me before postpartum. Today we are going to be diving into the nitty-gritty of postpartum a little bit. It's not glamorous, it's not like, I don't know how they portray it in the movies, but it's not what I expected for sure. So these are the 7 things that I wish I had known before we were there. And number 1, your husband's gonna have to change 2 sets of diapers. So this was something that I really wasn't prepared for. But basically in postpartum, you're in like a mesh diaper with a giant dog pad in it. And I was also just like too exhausted and in too much pain to really change baby diapers. So not only did Joel change all of the baby diapers for like the first 48 hours, he actually had to help me step in and out of my own diapers as well because I wasn't stable enough to do it on my own. And that's probably different for everyone, but that was my experience. I know it's been the experience of a couple of my friends. So yeah, not cute, but that's okay. Number 2, you are probably going to have hemorrhoids, and they suck. This is only for a vaginal delivery. I don't know about a C-section. But basically, they're kind of expected if you push a small human the size of a bowling ball out of your body. So yeah, do this. It spats. They send it home with you. Buy the hemorrhoid cream. Ice packs are your friends. Again, not cute. It's just not. There's no way to make it cute. Number 3, you are probably going to bleed for 4 to 6 weeks. So you remember that period that you like lovingly said goodbye to for the whole like glorious 10 months of pregnancy. Basically your body makes up for it by bleeding for 4 to 6 weeks straight when you get home. Thankfully, after a couple of days, the bleeding gets much lighter and you're basically just spotting. But I think it was like almost 5 or 6 weeks for me that my bleeding finally like stopped for good. So yeah, our motto is depends are your friend. They really are. Number 4, your hormones are going to throw a party and trash the place. Not only are you not invited, you also have to clean up while taking care of a newborn. So I say that with like a lighthearted tone, but realistically, like my hormones hit me like a wall of bricks like 3 days postpartum. And I think I was like legitimately on my bathroom floor crying. Like it is really, really rough. And it can just feel really, really hopeless and overwhelming, and you're exhausted. And it's just your baby blues, and they're totally normal the first 2 weeks postpartum. If they go past that, then you kind of want to look into like postpartum depression or anxiety. But those first 2 weeks, the baby blues are just rough. So have as much like support prepped as possible. Like I wish I had prepped my husband a little better, because I kind of remember him just looking at me like, what do I do? What is wrong? What's going on? What do I do? There is no book on this. What do I do? So I wish he had just known a little bit more how to handle me when I just completely was like a mess. And it's so normal. Your body is going through so much, and it's so many big shifts. Right, number 5, you are going to leave the hospital still looking 6 months pregnant. But this time there's not going to be a cute baby kicking in your belly. It's just going to be squishy and weird. And it's different. It feels different than pregnancy did, because pregnancy felt so purposeful, and postpartum kind of feels like a weird in-between where your body is completely foreign from what it was before. And I think a lot of people just like assume that once you have the baby, your body goes back to normal. But if you think about it, like your uterus literally had to grow big enough to hold a baby and placenta and amniotic fluid. Your skin is stretched. Your organs literally have to kind of rearrange themselves now that the baby's not in there anymore. So just be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Give your body time to heal, because it will. Number 6, breastfeeding is really hard, but you can do it. So I am so grateful that we stuck with breastfeeding, because 5 months later, Hartley is just thriving. Like, this is the world's, not the world's chunkiest, but seriously, he's so chunky. And it blows my mind that he's only ever had breast milk. Like, that is amazing, and that God decided something so perfect to feed our babies. And again, however you feed your baby is okay. This is just what works for us. But obviously, like, fed is best. Feed your baby whatever you have to feed your baby to keep them healthy. But yeah, I'm so grateful that I didn't give up on breastfeeding, because if I had gauged how our breastfeeding experience would go based on the first like 48 hours or even the first like 2 weeks, I probably would have given up a lot sooner. And now we've kind of like got our rhythm, and it's so much easier, and it's not something, like, it's still not my favorite thing, but it's not a struggle like it was. Like, at first it was just so rough. So yeah, it's hard, but you can do it. Make sure you have support. Get a consult with a lactation consultant. There's groups, there's Facebook groups, there's support groups for breastfeeding. If that's what you want to do, make sure that you have support in place, because it really makes a huge difference. And it's something that I'm so grateful that I get to do with my baby and for my baby. It's an awesome bonding thing. It's just awesome in general, what it does for them. But make sure you have support, because you need it. I mean, you can take classes, you can read books, get your consult booked, join Facebook groups. There's like, I think it's like La Leche, like Mamas or something. Like, there's so many support systems in place. Make sure you use them. I mean, I probably could have done that even more than I did. But I'm so grateful for the people that encouraged me that I could do it, and it really has changed the way that I experienced motherhood. And last but not least, number 7, it gets better. It really, truly gets better, I promise. The nights get easier, breastfeeding gets easier, your body shrinks and heals and gets stronger. You eventually get to go back to wearing like adult undies instead of adult diapers. The hormone shifts calm down, the bleeding stops. It's really, truly worth it. It is. All of the messy, all of the unfortunate parts of postpartum, it is 100% worth these little blessings that we get to bring home. So that's all for today, friends. Thanks so much for joining us. If you like this video, please like and subscribe down below. And as always, feel free to ask me questions. I love to talk. I actually have, if you are looking for support, I have a Facebook group that I'll link down below that you are welcome to join. It's just a little group of moms who need support, who want to ask questions. I ask questions myself. I love that I have that community that I get to use. And if you feel like you need community, please reach out and join us, because we would love to have you. Until next time, thanks.